I'm at work and I'm about to take a break and refill my water bottle and use the restroom. I wanted to take this time to do my video update on my friend Mookie, the one whose party we went to I don't know, I guess it's 2 months, a month and a half back. She basically told us that she was sick. She thought it was cancer. And then she was going to have us go to a party and do a last hurrah party with her. And then she was going to start treatments, and then she would probably be ill. We went to the party. It didn't go well as far as like my wife really broke down talking with her, trying to figure out what was going on. And spent a lot of the party kind of talking to her about that. Crying and, just being upset. We found out maybe 2 weeks later that her and her girlfriend had broken up. She had moved out. She disappeared. We went through some stuff with her girlfriend. She was calling my wife and using her kind of as a support system through it. They got back together. My wife was very upset overall about the situation. And she's kind of set back from the friendship with Mookie because of that. We found that she does not have cancer. She has bleeding ulcers. And just the stance that she took prior to us finding out that it was bleeding ulcers was that it was definitely cancer, is how my wife took it. And finding out that it wasn't cancer, and she has a history of losing people in her family from cancer, and them kind of just going through the drama of living with cancer. People very close to her mother, she's got cousins and aunts that have gone through this. So cancer is a very sensitive topic for her. So that was the large reason why she really took offense from the fact that she kind of threw out the word cancer, but wasn't really sure that she had cancer. My wife kind of feels like, that's not something that you play with. And I agree. But somebody who doesn't have that type of experience with cancer may not have the same respect for it in order to, go the extra mile and make sure that just because the doctor said there's a chance this might be cancer doesn't mean that I should go around telling my friends that I have it. So they've kind of made up. She's back with her girlfriend. The wedding is next month. She's healing. She's changed her diet. She's not interested in hearing about veganism at all. But she's better. So that's basically all that was going on with her in that party thing. We've taken some time to sit down and talk as well, because there were other issues also. Mookie is a very busy woman. She's a Taurus like me. She has no kids, and she keeps herself very, very busy. And I feel like because of that, and her stretching herself very thin, as Tauruses tend to do, she doesn't put emphasis on the same things that other people do, like friendships and maintenance of those friendships. Some people go all out to make sure that their friendships are maintained, to make sure everybody's okay and not upset about anything. Mookie goes and handles her business, and the friends that are friends with her either work with her or accept the fact that she's very busy and she doesn't necessarily have time to keep up with the ins and outs of friendship. I'm able to understand that because I also feel the same way. I don't necessarily keep up with the day-to-day ins and outs of a friendship, which in most people's opinions makes me not a very good friend. So I don't have any close friends outside of family members and my wife. My wife, by proxy, is with me every day. That's the person that I talk to every day. That's the person I go through my issues with, talk to my issues with, as well as my sister and my mother, who have always been a huge part of my support system. And so that's who I talk to about my issues. That's who I go to for support. That's who I go to. And so I don't have close friends, and the ones that I do kind of have friendships with are very close to me. They're more friends by proxy. My coworker Anthony, who you've actually heard me speak of quite often, he sits right next to me at work. He's on the other side of a cubicle wall, but we're able to communicate via instant messenger and things like that, as well as seeing each other every day. So I can understand a friendship like Mookie's friendship, but I think a lot of people can't because they require that day-to-day maintenance. I don't. But we're cool now. Everything's good. She's healing. Her wedding is next month. And I'll be in it. I'm going to be reading a love poem for them. And I'm excited about it. It's going to be an outdoor wedding at Turtle Creek Park, which is near the gay strip out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to let you guys watch me pee though, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. But that's what happened with Mookie. She's fine. She's healing. It's not cancer. It wasn't cancer. It was bleeding ulcers, and it's all good now. Okay, bye. I also forgot to say the reason why I'm working overtime today, it's Sunday, I'm working an 8-hour shift today, is because I'm planning on doing quite a bit of traveling soon. Starting next year, in February, I want to take my wife to a surprise trip to Portland, Oregon. It'll be our 2-year anniversary. And Portland has a lot of vegan options, and we want to both travel. So I want to work as much overtime as possible so that I can fund that trip. I think we may fly up or do a rental car and an Airbnb and eat a few places and go about our business. So that's the plan. That's why I've been working lots of overtime, and not lots of overtime. I was working lots of overtime before to try to just kind of pad my wallet. I've gotten a few extra new credit cards lately, and I need money to pay those. So using this little bit. This is me today. This is overtime wear. So I have been working overtime for that reason, but now it's more for a directed reason. I am going to be planning a surprise 2-year anniversary trip to Portland, Oregon. And I also, in September this year, want to fund a trip to the canyon, which is the second largest canyon. It's Canyon, Texas, the second largest canyon outside of the Grand Canyon in the United States. It's a national park. I went to my freshman year of college in Canyon, Texas, at West Texas A&M, and I did a lot of hiking out there, and I want to take my kids, so we're doing that in September. So that's what the overtime's for. And I hope that I can keep up with it, but I'm working 8 hours today. It's Sunday. My wife isn't very pleased, but y'all don't tell her about the anniversary trip because it's a surprise. She doesn't watch my videos anyway, so she won't know anything about it, but I know my kids watch my videos. Do not tell Diddy about the trip. Jada, keep the secret. All right. Bye, y'all.